I'm here.
All
Hello
right.
from sunny Copenhagen.
Well, great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you for having me and Villa Copenhagen in this call. I'm very honored. Thank you, Sam.
Well, and it's I think I ended up last time we on the 27th of May when we did the live stream that I really like to visit the hotel one of these days. But as you know, we have a little bit of issues yet before about the traveling. So the next best thing is to take the camera in hand and take a look at how your lovely hotel looks like for real.
No, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Let's get on with that, and I hope you can make it over here in person sooner than later, hopefully.
No worries. Now, where are we standing now?
So right now, let me just turn the camera.
Yeah.
We are right in front of this beauty, and I can see that you are in this mode here, zoomed in a little bit more than what most people are. And as you know, in our world, location is everything. Location, location, location. And this is the central station of Copenhagen right here behind me. And when I go a little bit back, some of you who have visited Copenhagen will know this green corner down there. That is the Tivoli Garden that we have on the opposite corner in front of the main entrance of the hotel, where I'll take you now. This is the building. It's the previous central post office for Denmark from 1912 all the way up to 2015. And of course, a fabulous city center location in a vibrant space. Also a lot of traffic right in front of our doors. But these days, travelers, they want authentic experiences. And that's why we have worked hard to turn this building into a fantastic place. I'll make my way over. If I get run over by a car, then you'll excuse me for a little while, but I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Be careful.
I will. It's actually more difficult or dangerous with the bikes here than the cars in this city. So here we are, right in front of our doorsteps, and now I'm going through the main entrance in a little second here. So welcome to Villa Copenhagen. Great to have you all.
Thank you. And to all of our viewers, if you have any questions, any comments for Peter, please just put them into the comment, and I will read them out to Peter.
Here we are in a very particular area we call the courtyard, and that is, of course, the traditional hotel lobby. We're doing a lot here to try to attract Copenhageners to create an atmosphere and make them come in here and work and meet and hang out. We believe that in the modern hotel industry, we need to activate our buildings much more than just for the traditional hotel guests. So that's what we are doing in this space. We've had a guest designer doing this space and a part of the other areas in the hotels, some suites. And now I'll make my way through the courtyard and on the way, I'll of course keep you entertained about who have been a part of this project and so on. And as Sam said, yeah.
I have a question. The ceiling looks very interesting.
Ceiling is a glass ceiling, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's fantastic.
This was a courtyard, but not a covered one before in the building here, and now we have covered it with the glass ceiling here, which create a fantastic atmosphere. Now you have probably less sunlight from here. You better get a better view. So we've built up a traditional check-in here, but also a very fancy self-check-in table here, which we are about to take in use. Also, we do believe that self-check-in or more technological-based check-in facilities is the future of our industry, even in the five-star segment. Hence, we have invested in something here and try to get that to work as well. Then I go, oops, it goes a little bit. I'm still on the ground floor here.
Okay.
To take you through some of the public areas.
So how much are people using the self-check-in these days? What?
Since you're all insiders, I'll be very honest with you. We are not good enough at dragging people over there. And it seems that the leisure segment that we have been entertaining the last months are more for the traditional kind of check-in. And also their bookings are often not so straightforward. So therefore, we haven't had a high usage of it yet, but we have great expectations for it.
Yeah.
Now we're on the room corridor. As you can see, very calm design. We've tried to replicate a bit of streets of Copenhagen. Just show you a room here. Let me just get the camera in the other hand so I can open the door. Don't worry, I didn't say housekeeping walking in because I've checked it before. There's nobody here.
We know how that goes sometimes.
We've all tried that.
Yeah.
Interior design here, some would say very Scandinavian, very classical. Because it's a villa as opposed to a hotel, we've also thought a lot about that. We want to replicate and give a very calm feeling, and we want to replicate a high-end, not old-fashioned, but classical environment from a Copenhagen apartment or Copenhagen living. So you can see we have, over here, we have kind of put in wall paneling again, as the building is protected. You will see the very high ceiling we have here and the very large windows. They're all new in the building. The building has a complete new tiled roof and insulation, so that we have 37 rooms all the way up between the beams of the old construction also. So that's very charming. We have chosen a little feature here just to put a pin board for our in-room collateral as opposed to having stacks and stuff lying around. We've also, another little conscious luxury thing is that we just place a carafe and a couple of glasses and ask people to drink the tap water as opposed to having 2 plastic bottles. Some of you might have seen that we are trying to be very sustainable in our way of operations here, and we want to reflect that also in some of the services that we are offering. Yeah. The bathroom mainly with showers as opposed to 4 or 5 piece bathrooms. Very neatly, very classical design. Again, very timeless, not something that sticks out from a design point of view, but very classical and calm.
Yeah, it looks good. The color scheme looks very nice.
I'm happy you like it. We have also put in oak parquet floors in all the rooms. You have a rock here under the bed because it's smaller rooms. This category, we have less space for wardrobe, so we've also designed actually a drawer where you can put in 2 hard suitcases under the bed like this, so that we can also cater for American cruise tourists, for example, that often needs more space for their luggage.
About your guests, where are your guests coming from? Since you opened in July, right? So can you tell us about just where your guests are coming from and how they book you?
We have, of course, a majority of Danish guests, given the COVID-19 situation. They opened up right in the first week of our operation. They opened up for Norway also. We have quite a flamboyant investor here who is very famous in Norway. And Norwegian television came down and covered his part in the opening here. So we got a great chance to go through some PR exercises in Norway and therefore attack the Norwegian market. Most Scandinavians, be it both the Swedes, the Norwegians, and I'm sure indeed also the Finns, they're in love with Copenhagen. They feel more liberated when they're here, I guess. So we had a large number of Norwegian, or have still a large number of Norwegian clients, but we see the first odd international business traveler coming through, but still, there's a long way to anything that looks like a normal mixture here in the hotel.
Yeah, because normally you have a lot of cruise liners coming through. Sort of it's a hub. Cruise liners are the hubs, and Copenhagen. So you normally have a lot of tourists staying over at the hotels and so on.
Absolutely, you can imagine that. I'll just take you out here in a second to see the pool. You can imagine that Copenhagen is having 500,000 room nights from cruise liners between late April to November. and that's gone with one hit basically. And of course, anticipations that they are coming back for next year is conservative. We're out here at the pool deck, which has been, of course, a huge asset for us during the summer.
Yeah.
There's a bit privacy to be taken care of out here, so I'll be careful what I show you.
Sure.
But you can see a rooftop pool here very quickly. Panning over the pool here, we have a 25-meter lapping pool up here, very nice area.
Your
And
finger,
actually look,
your finger covers the camera a little
oh,
bit.
sorry about that.
No, it's okay,
Sorry
but
about
because I just want to alert you. Oh.
And here between the buildings, we have also created another green area, which is actually the rooftop of the big banquet hall that we have downstairs.
Okay.
And here you can see the building.
We have one viewer from Thailand who just says, looks beautiful and space for suitcases quite smart. So that's Kun Anupam, based in Thailand. He says hello. He likes it. He likes the feature that you have under the bed.
Ah, very good. Yeah, we thought a lot about it. So when you live an urban lifestyle, now let me just jump up. Now, when you live an urban lifestyle, like most of us in Copenhagen do, you have less space. So that's why you're really challenged in finding extra storage space. And indeed, in a existing building, we are kind of tied up with room sizes also. So therefore, the layout demanded that we found some smart solutions for urban living. So we thought a lot before that one came up. But thank you very much for noticing that. Now I'm in the Shambhala Jewel Suite. We have 110 square meters here. Again, back to the comment from Thailand. Here we have made, in good Scandinavian way, instead of making a pantry in your presidential suite or in your master suite, we made an open kitchen solution. We thought that's a very, very good way of utilizing some space. So we put in, of course, an oven, a fancy espresso machine, a wine cooler, as you can see, and we're filling that up in different packages depending on what sells. Instead of your traditional dining table, we've chosen to put a high table here with a screen, so you can also make a meeting here. We have the state-of-art newest Bang & Olufsen TV there that folds out by itself when you press the go button. So we'll hope the guests they can sort that out. We have a master bedroom in here. Again, you can see a very dramatic color scheme here also. And you come into an open bathroom solution here with a very huge bathtub. And up in the ceiling here, you will see the old stucco, because these two rooms here, or this master bedroom, and indeed the lounge out here, was the administration. Basically, the managing director of the Danish Mail was sitting up here in this corner here. So all these carvings that you see here in these arches, they are original. These bookshelves are original, painted in a different color now. The wall paneling here is also original. And there's a little French balcony, as we call it in Denmark, right here, overlooking the train track. And actually, I don't know if you can see one train is leaving there. That's actually leaving perhaps on track number 3. So you have 2 tracks that you cannot see from here. And the story is that little balcony was here so that the MD back in the days could go out on the balcony to see the mail train coming in, with all the mail to be sorted. So if that's a true story or not, I don't know, but it's good, I think. I hope the quality of the picture is okay, Sam.
No, this is fantastic.
You just let me know.
Anupam is from India. He's a friend of mine, so I just mistakenly said Thailand, but he's from India.
Okay.
In a high-tech startup. So he said that he enjoys the view and everything like everyone else.
Thank you. So here we are in the old boardroom, and here's Francisca setting up for our first private dinner. And here's our banquet and event manager, Caroline, helping her. This is a very special room. This was the boardroom. And before we started to work here, it actually smelled of the old cigars from the boardroom meetings here. So quite a dramatic room, as you will see. Again, it's facing exactly the street that I walked over just before. You see, we have the train station down there, right there in front of us. And you will say now you can't hear the trains. That's because we have put new windows, 700 of them in this building, and they're isolated, they're double glazed and everything. Because of course we cannot have the guests complaining about noise from outside. Now, above that beautiful door, it says exactly that King Frederick number 8 was the one who started this building back in 1909, and it was inaugurated by Christian X in his first year of reign in 1912, actually on the 22nd of 12. So we are indeed in an old house, and this particular room is also done by the Russian architect Olga, and she have very carefully just restored. You can see she have put new fabrics here. She've actually done an aquarelle painting, and then the weavers have made the fabric that are here on the walls based on that. And then we have just lightly furnished the place with movable furniture, so we can have everything from a nice product launch to indeed like a very nice dinner for 12 people tonight, or a little private party. Very so nice. A real gem and a real break from some of the other designs that we have in the hotel. Right at the entrance here, we have set up a little bar also, as you can see there. So we can indeed use it for small great parties. That's sorry about nice. The F&B mise en place there, but you all know that. Yeah. Yeah. And then that takes us out to the old staircase here, which is actually the old main staircase in the building. So when you go through one of the gates that I came in from, there's a wooden door down there also that leads up this staircase. There's a couple of old elevators right here. I don't know if you can see them. Yes. Behind the glass there. And right up here, it's written Generaldirektoratet. That means this is where the management was sitting. So I envision that you either walked your way up the stairs or took the elevator, and then there's a little bench in there. And then you were sitting there sweating until they wanted to see you in the manager's office, I guess. Yeah. But indeed, a lot of history in this part of the building. Yeah.
Is the old elevator, is that functional, or is it more of a decoration?
It is functional. We have had the Kone, which is the supplier of the elevators. Okay. We've had them put the new technique inside, and so it is indeed functioning now.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks very elegant. I mean, it sort of brings you back to the old world when you walk in, and I think I feel that the way the interior designers have kept the spirit of the old building and make it sort of in a very luxury language for a hotel. So it's very well done.
I think also the mixture is very good, and you will see now when we go into some of the public areas that the contrast is there, but done with taste and done in a timeless way. We were very keen to make something that would look like it could perhaps have been here already 5 years ago, so you can't really see. Now I go out on a little balcony that we have created here over the courtyard. It's dressed up for a DJ session later in the afternoon. And for the fashion week, we had a florist putting this funky purple color on it here. And as you can see, a great place where people are checking in and hanging out and getting ready for a little bit of after work from the bar we have down here also in the courtyard. And you might remember I took you through this room right at the beginning. Yes. But you see how fantastic it is. Sam, also timing-wise, you need to keep me on track because I can't see. I'm not wearing a wristwatch, so I can't see where what we're at.
No, we are just doing fine. We have been live now 25 minutes, so it's okay.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, time very flies, good. You don't even realize how time goes.
Yeah, and I love to talk about this building, so I need to be kept in a tight... So I came in through the main entrance, and in fact, there are two entrances. There's also this place where, in order to activate the space, we made a little bit of a retail where we entertain young Danish upcoming designers who have either strong views on life and a good consideration for the environment, and we give them a chance here. And then we make pop-ups with them and try to pull it out also in the courtyard here, where you can see people are now sitting. And really, we believe that activating this space will make the difference when the Copenhageners, they choose to come and visit us. So if we can do something that is different next time they come, then we give them reasons to come and use the hotel and the Villa Copenhagen just to hang out. So now I'm going. Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. I mean, where are we going now?
Now I'm going into another corner, which is just opposite the Tivoli Garden, again out to the same street we were in before. And this is actually the old post office. So this is where the Copenhageners, they will come in to send a letter. In fact, on top of the door outside, it's written, here you'd hand in letters. And at the Contrast Brasserie on the other end of the building here, it's written over the door there, here you hand in your packages for sending or your parcels. Here we haven't opened it yet. We'll open it in September because it doesn't have any outdoor seating. And we thought with COVID-19 and everything, we'd rather launch this space when there was a chance that people could party a little bit later at night, but also a chance for us to really have guests to entertain. But as I said, the old postal office, the columns you see in here, they are all original. The wood paneling along the windows are all original. The floor that I'm going down now is original. And we have just built up a bar counter between the pillows here, or the pillars here. And then in a good new and modern fashion, we are having high seating, low seating, medium seating, and we have a kitchen quite nearby also, so we can entertain guests also for both food and beverage. A few small design elements. Some of you will have a look at maybe the lamps, and they look a little bit old-fashioned. That's of course deliberately. You can see what will be the bottle decoration here is actually leather straps, and the inspiration comes from the mail wallet or the mail bag that the postman, the old postman, he will carry over his shoulders. Then the designer envisioned that there will be leather straps holding that, and therefore the leather straps in this room here. Now, right next to, I'm going through a door here, I come into something we call the Playroom. The Playroom was very early in our design and concept phase, actually another restaurant, because we have a little kitchen out here at the back. However, like everywhere else, F&B can be difficult, and in Copenhagen especially, because this is a foodie city, and running a restaurant here is not always profitable or easy. So we decided to make a lounge where people can hang out. But again, a place with a little bit more classical design, because that's in the part of the building that are towards the classical Copenhagen. So the design in here is for a game or playroom. You see we have chessboards, tables and things like this in here. And then again, we made it all flexible. So you can take out the furniture and you can put up 3 or 4 or up to 5 round tables and make a private dinner in here we had a wedding in here. We had an 18 years birthday in here. And we made a few corners, like you can see sofas up there. We've played a little bit with the leveling. We've actually put a little podium down here as well. And behind the curtain, we have a 90-inch screen so that you can do a presentation. You can have a different way of meeting. You could have a board meeting or an executive meeting with 30 people where they kind of entertain themselves or have a meeting in a different type of setting, a bit more untraditional than what you usually see.
Very good. Very good. Okay, that's very nicely done also.
That was done by Goddard Littlefair. That area where I just went in, the playroom. And now I take you the same way I did to the rooms. Then we go a bit downstairs.
So what restaurant facilities do you have now open for the guests?
We have Contrast open, which is a brasserie with indoor and outdoor. That's our only restaurant, but we also serve food out in the courtyard. At the opposite end of the pool where we were, we also have a pool bar that have been doing very, very well. As you can imagine, people like to sit up there. I'll just take you this way out here, and then we go in and see the restaurant before we go down. So now we are at the other side of the building. I'm back out in the sun. We have train tracks down there. We have the outdoor terrace here. And you might be wondering what's happening with the cranes there over the building.
Yeah.
But in fact, we are part of a huge development called Postbyen, which means postal city. And this was, of course, protected, this building. But down there, they had other buildings that has been demolished. And their Danish bank is building their head offices with 4,500 people. And we are having four towers going up with 520 apartments. And we are having more office facilities going on. And once all that is up, then the cars will go away that you can see here in front of me. And that will be a pedestrian walkway and a bicycle walkway, all from the tall buildings that you can see all the way down there and down to that harbor front. So that will be all pedestrians and Copenhageners coming bicycling here right outside our restaurant Contrast here. But we have to live with this solution until 23 when they have completed the neighboring project.
Okay, but that's very exciting because I think it also will have a very positive impact for you, for the hotel when you have these new developments of the office buildings and so on. So that gives you another stream opportunity for customers.
Absolutely. So now we're inside Contrast. And Contrast is our brasserie. And you can see here we have brick walls. You have a bit more relaxed environment. Yet again, a timeless place. Hi, guys. And we have deliberately wanted to make a brasserie. We steered away from fine dining. There's a couple of the technicians coming there. Hi, Pelle. And we've steered away from fine dining. We don't think that's what you need in a five-star hotel these days. Enough people wasting their money on that, and we didn't want to do that. But we have instead created a nice brasserie. Hi, guys. And now we're at the opposite side of the building, as opposed to the post office we're in before. So also here we have a separate entrance with some nice artworks coming in. And as you can see, we've designed it with a bar counter. You could actually, hopefully post-COVID, sit and eat by the bar also, an open kitchen. And we have a menu here that is created from international chefs, but with local produce. We do a lot of sharing dishes here. And we do a lot of tastes from Mediterranean area and not least Northern Africa. But we are changing the menu almost daily because our produce that we use is all coming from either around Copenhagen or the southern part of Sweden, which is, as you might know, connected by bridge to the Copenhagen area.
Yes, very good. So what has been sort of the biggest surprise for you just since you've been opening? What has been sort of the positive things that you feel are that is kind of sticks to your mind and is memorable?
Well, the fact, it's perhaps very business-like, the fact that it has been the most positive thing. But when we were talking last in, what did you say, 27th of May, Sam,
yeah.
Their outlook was indeed very grim. And I think those weeks after, we handed in a forecast for July at 24% occupancy. And we just closed the month at 55. So I think that has been a struggle. I'll admit that, but it has been a good problem to have, indeed.
And then for your staffing, I remember you talked about that you had a app that you communicated with your associates during the pre-opening and so on. And I'm kind of impressed that how you're bringing them back and sort of. I saw some clips of the opening where your Petter Stordalen was giving a speech, and it was I think it was quite an emotional event for a lot of people. So can you share a little bit just how was it to bring the staff back actually to open the hotel?
Yeah, I mean, we brought the staff back from various schemes of salary compensation and so on. And we also, unfortunately, had to say goodbye to a lot of staff because we had drummed up everything for of course, a normal full-fledged opening April 1st. And we had a budget from April to end of end of this year of 187 million Danish kroners, and that of course is looking substantially different today. So we had to say goodbye to many people that we spent a long time recruiting in the months leading up to the opening. And then 2 weeks before, we took everybody, not everybody back, but everybody who was on these salary compensation schemes because of the COVID-19. We took them back, and we had a sprint the last 2 weeks up to the opening. And that was, of course, very clear in Peter Stordal's speech also, because he have had similar scenarios in other projects and other hotels throughout, and have, of course, as a big hotel owner and operator, taken a huge hit in his business over these months.
Yes, that's understandable. Yeah.
So now I'm down in actually the breakfast room. Breakfast room sounds very bad. It sounds like a place that's very big and you only use it in the morning, and that's a pity. But this particular one is also done by Got a Little Fair. It used to be the sorting room of the mail. So the mail was being sorted down here. We found old photos from down here where you actually saw arches like the ones that you see down here. Lucy from Got a Little Fair have taken some of the old copper. I'm knocking on it now. That was sitting on the old windows, because we have renewed that on the roof and reused it down here in the design here. Also here we have a fantastic parquet floor. And again, we played a little bit with the seating, high and low, and sofas and all that, because this room also needs to serve as a large breakout area for our big conference room, which is actually behind these doors down here. So here we have 1,200 square meters of large conference facilities. So you can imagine if when you're in an existing building with such a facility, and you're able to do the banquet hall, but not the foyer, and we've chosen to do it anyway. And then we need to multi-use the breakfast room. So now I'm in 1/3 of that big room.
Yeah. Where do you see the convention and the conference and meeting business? Is that going to be towards the next year, or do you already have something that you may be able to any meetings that are coming up for the hotel this year?
We see some, Sam, but unfortunately, during the last 10 days, because of the relatively moderate outbreak, but nevertheless, we have seen more cancellations again. Yeah. We've seen cancellation of things that we've actually picked up recently is now being cancelled because people are a bit concerned. Yeah. Now, for Denmark specifically, I think the government had done a fantastic job, and I know this is not a political channel, so I'm not going to say anything else. But I think that, perhaps like in most of the world, the clients are confused. They don't know what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do. And the same goes for us. So we have daily conversations with clients who want to book something, and then they're asking us if we think they're allowed to do the conference or the gathering at this and that size. Yeah. We can get back to that, but let me just tell you a little bit about this room. It's 1,200 square meters. You can see when I go close here that the interior wall is a granite wall. So that was also another courtyard here that was covered during some years, and then it was open again. And these gates actually, the horse carriages, they came in and dropped also the mail so that the sorters out in the sorting room could sort them. I'll go a little bit closer. You can see it gives a very dramatic atmosphere in this big room that we have the old granite stones here. And remember when I was up at the pool, I showed you that green garden there, these three hills. That's right on the roof here, where we have a downlight window here, or a daylight window actually up in the ceiling there. We have 3 of those behind the folding doors. Okay. We put a lot of efforts into state-of-the-art technology. So we have installed the LED screens. You can see very large screens. We have 5 of these. And dare I say, this is a very, very cool facility. It's so centrally located in Copenhagen. And that's quite unique, actually.
Yeah. Very good.
So then we cross a little bit into where we have a few of the smaller meeting rooms. And then I think we are just about done the the fast round of Villa Copenhagen. We call these ones here for studios. And again, nice wooden floors down here. You come in here, a little bit more of a residential feel to interior. And here's Caroline again. She's running kilometers in the banqueting department every day already, getting ready. So this corridor here have nice small meeting rooms that we can put in the different ways we want to, different settings. You can see, and they have nice daylight coming in there also. So yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, thanks very much. This
Yeah.
is a nice quick tour of the hotel. That's really nice of you. So when you have a chance to get some media, we can maybe turn the camera and then we have maybe a final wrap-up chat. There we are.
Here I am.
Yeah. Well, you're not out of breath. You are in good shape.
No, but I'm soaking wet.
Yeah.
It's really a warm day in Copenhagen. I think it's almost 30 degrees here. So we had a surprise good summer here in August already. So that's excellent.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful hotel. I have to compliment you. I mean, and
Thank you.
Sooner than later, then things are, I'm sure, coming back. It's a challenging time. But I remember you told when we last talked that there was a huge increase of rooms coming into Copenhagen and ready to open. And you are open. Are there certain projects that are also opening, or are they on hold? What is the situation in Copenhagen?
Also that situation, I'll just sit here for a little while. I go back to the conference room. Yeah. The situation is, of course, changing every day, Sam, but Scandic has another project going ahead right across the street from the, let me just see so I get myself in here. Going ahead right across the street from the Marriott with 600 rooms. There was a Nobis hotel coming that has been cancelled. There's a 25-hour project coming also smack downtown, and there's a second 25-hour coming. And there's the Dutch brand, the Soko, is coming in with a project also. And then Scandic have the Falconer Center. They have recently opened reopened that and added extra rooms to that. So yeah, there's certainly many more projects. There's a Cabin, which is a hotel that just opened the last phase of that. They are now at 1,200 rooms in one building, and there's other hostels by Arp Hansen coming in. So there's still new hotels coming in. And yes, you are right. Even before the corona, we had already what the press would like to call the hotel war here in Copenhagen because of that heavy increase of capacity and unfortunately a growth that was not following that curve upgoing. So yeah.
Well, that's okay. I think I'm very glad you are able to open, and that's very good also of the people who own the hotel, that they have really invested substantial amounts to make this very historical and beautiful building to a very luxurious hotel. So it's you must be very proud of managing this grand dame of Copenhagen.
I've like many of you guys, I've traveled a little bit in the hotel industry, and I never really considered the Danish hotel industry for anything to brag about, but this is the exception.
Yeah, I mean, there were only one very traditional grand hotel in Copenhagen, if I'm not mistaken. We will not don't have to advertise it, but now this is the new and modern 21st century that has come into a very historical building from the early 1900s. So that's really great.
I think so. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you very much, and I don't see any particular questions, but I think just thank you very much for taking the time to show around, and I can't wait to come and visit you one of these days as soon as we get things are calming down. So now, just for all the viewers, if you are hotelier and you have a lovely hotel that you'd like to be showcased, just send me a message, and I'm sure we can arrange something to show around. I'm just doing it as a favor to all my hotelier colleagues, because I want to share also that we all are living in a very challenging times, and we are here in it together to help each other. So that's really why I do these things. So I hope this has been a little bit help to you. I mean, the little I can do from my corner.
Thank you very much. I'm sure this has been a great help. My salespeople have been doing this for a while. This is my first. So if not for anything else, I at least got the training in doing it with the camera. So thank you very much for that opportunity and for giving us this forum, Sam. This is very appreciated. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So with this, then I'll just close this walkthrough, and then I wish you all the best and all your team a great continuation of this year and all success for the end of this year and then the future. So thank you very much for my part.
Thank you.